Good afternoon. I wanted to make a video because some parents have been asking how to access all the resources that their students have in the classroom because their students weren't good at communicating with them. So I wanted to give this directly to you and show you some things that you can do. So one of the things that you can access is all the problems, the notes, study guides, everything we do in the classroom, you can see at home at any time that you want to. And the way you do that is you go to their notebook, and here's how you get there from home. You're going to click on popular links from the Duval Schools website. You're going to click on OneView, and it's going to ask you to log in. When you log in, you have to use your student's ID username and their password, not your parent one, but the student one. And it takes a little bit to get to the OneView site. It's a little bit laggy, but once you finally get there and you're able to click on what I call the waffle, you click on the waffle and you're going to click on Teams. Once you click on Teams, it might ask you to log in again depending upon your internet connection. You will see all the teams that your students are part of if their teachers are using this technology in the classroom. So for example, let's say your student is in my first period. So I'd click on Algebra 1 Honors first period. And from here, the only place you need to really worry about is clicking on Class Notebook. When you click on the Class Notebook, this is the online version. So it's going to run a little bit slower. You're not going to have a full screen access of seeing it, but you'll get the main gist of it. It's just like a really light version of it. So when you do that, if you click on the little 3 horizontal arrows or bars here, and then click on Content Library, everything we've done in class are in like tabs, like file folders. So if you wanted to know, we're in Unit 2 right now. So you could click on Unit 2 Equations, and you could see all the lessons that we have currently done. Or you can click on Class Information and see all the miscellaneous stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the lessons, but things they need to know about the class. Now I'm going to open it up in the actual OneNote program because it runs much better. So you would click Open in Browser and click Open in App. And as long as you have the OneNote app on your computer, it will load up and it will take you over there. And now it'll take it longer the first time to load if you've never done it on your computer. But once you've loaded it, it goes that quickly as mine did. And this is the same thing that we were just seeing, but it's a much quicker version. You can make this into large screens so you can see, get better, visuals of it. And from here, again, so Unit 2 Equations. For example, we just took a quiz today, and I put the quiz answer key in their OneNote, along with the explanations, common mistakes that were made on the quiz, so that we will be talking about this tomorrow in class, but you could access this tonight if you wanted to. You can kind of just go all around here and start looking at it and see what we're doing, what we've been doing. So this is a great place to look at sample problems. If your child was out for a day, they can go and get the notes here because every single thing we do is documented in their OneNote notebook. So your next resource that you should know about is my YouTube channel. If you go to youtube.com and simply type in the search bar, JWJ Peterson Study Guide Algebra, my YouTube channel will come up. And if you click on my channel and then click on videos, you will see a whole bunch of videos up here. And you would want to go, I need to clean this up because I got some old videos on here, which I will clean up later on as we go. But for example, we just did the Unit 1 test just a little while ago. And so Unit 1 Exponents and Polynomials Study Guide. If we click on this, this was their study guide.
Multiplied by
And
3.
this is me working out all the problems for them with step-by-step explanations.
J to the third.
This is just something that they
Again,
can
what I'm
go
going
and
to
get
do is
extra
put them
help
in
on
their
if they
common
want to, whether they're
groups.
studying for the
So I'm going to do
original
my
test
numbers
or
first. We
studying
have a
for
negative
the
6
retake.
times a 3.
So this is just another
Now we have
resource
an
for them.
h times an
Another
h to the
resource that
third.
your children have, and I'm just going to get out of
I
this,
to the
and you can
second times
subscribe to the
another
channel so
I,
it's easier to go there if you want
and a
to, or
j
just
to the
type this in
fourth
every
times a
time.
j to the
The next place you can go is where they're going to access their homework. So again, we're going to go to duvalschools.org. We're going to click on popular links, but this time we're going to click on blended learning. Once we're on blended learning, we're going to go and click on Pearson Digits. You're going to log in with your student's username and password again. They're only going to have one of these things listed, and underneath the course it'll say Math Excel. You'll click Math Excel, and we'll take them to their online homework program. This is where they access all of their homework. and this is where they do their homework at. But some people have been asking, what can they do if they want extra practice problems? Well, one thing they can always do is they can go back to the homework itself. They can click on the homework, and even though they've already done it and completed it, hopefully, they can always go back and reattempt the questions. It will give them similar questions again if they want them. So, for example, let's say they wanted to look at question 1 again. They could reattempt the question once it pulls up. So, for example, the answer to this one is 17/8. They can click check answer, and it'll tell them if they're doing it right. If they got it right, but they're like, I want to do another one of those, they go back to question 1 and click similar question. And it'll give them a similar concept, but with new numbers. So that's where they can always get extra practice problems. The last place that they can get extra practice problems is what is called their study plan. And in their study plan, they would click on all chapters, and they click the chapter where they want their extra questions from. So for example, maybe they want to get extra practice for our upcoming test next week on chapter 2. So they go to maybe multi-step equations. They click the plus button. And then they pick one of these objectives that they want to try. And they click quiz me. And they're going to give them 4 questions. Now, if they get an 80% on this quiz, which I'm not going to take it right now, if they get an 80%, they get a study plan point. If they get 10 study plan points a month, I will take their lowest quiz score out of the grade book and put a 100% in it instead. I don't do quiz retakes, but this is a way that if they had a bad quiz day, they can show me mastery of a concept by going and doing study plan points. So not only do they help replace a bad quiz grade, but it's also giving them extra practice. The last place that they can go to get extra help, which we will be using more later on, is if they go back to the blended learning and they click on Algebra Nation. Algebra Nation is a program developed by University of Florida to help students learn everything they need to know for Algebra 1 and to be successful on their end-of-year exam. We haven't been using their program too much yet because there hasn't been a need to, and plus I like to keep these extra resources for them to use at home if they didn't understand what we did in the classroom. But they would go to, it's going to take them right to their student account to begin with, not their teacher account. And they can click on all these. So like, for example, we're doing equations right now. So if they click the down arrow, and they can find what they're having problems with. So if it's solving equations, they can click this, and they can watch a 23-minute video on how to solve equations. So this is another place where students can go to get extra help. So I hope I've given you a lot of resources that if you were looking for them and wondering what can I do to help out, hopefully this will help you. If you have any questions, please email me at any time.